Not many mysteries have caught the interest of generations quite like the rock formation of Stonehenge. Christopher Chippendale is quoted by saying, "Much of what has been written about Stonehenge is derivative, second-rate, or plain wrong." The band Spinal Tap is quoted from their famous mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap by saying, "Stonehenge, where the demons dwell, where the banshees live, and they do live well." Stonehenge has even captured the interest of rock band Black Sabbath because they used a scale model of Stonehenge for their stage on tour in 1983. The pyramids of the old Mexican city, Teotihuacan, are another mystery that's caught interest. These two monuments leave people asking things like, what are they for, who built them, and how are they built? Stonehenge is in the Western Hemisphere and is about 2 miles west of the town of Amesbury in the county of Wiltshire and is about 90 miles west of London. The absolute location is 51 degrees north and 2 degrees west. Sitting about 30 miles northeast of Mexico City is the ancient city of Teotihuacan. Its absolute location is 19 degrees north and 98 degrees west. England is an island that is part of the group of islands known as the United Kingdom, which consists of England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Ireland was formerly part of this group until it seceded from the United Kingdom in 1922. The county of Wiltshire is a place of high downland and wide valleys, which are famous for being home to the Salisbury Plains, which hold Stonehenge. In England's early years, they were one of the many cultures that used ancient Roman architecture, but they eventually had their own identity within their buildings using English Gothic architecture. This is a type of building that England is known for. Buildings like medieval cathedrals like Westminster Abbey, castles, palaces, great houses, universities, and parish churches. Another thing that comes with England is the cuisine. The food of England has historically been characterized by its simplicity, both in flavor and presentation, and a reliance on high quality of natural produce. Examples of this food are fish and chips, Sunday roast, and Yorkshire pudding and gravy. Bordering Mexico are the countries of the United States of America to the north, Guatemala and Belize to the south. The nation's capital, Mexico City, is located in the Valley of Mexico, sometimes referred to as the Basin of Mexico. This valley is located in the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt, in the high plateaus of south-central Mexico. Mexico also shares both the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, to the east and to the west. The culture of Mexico is reflected through things such as music, visual arts, literature, cinema and media, cuisine, and sports. Mexican people enjoy a vast array of music genres, showing the diversity of Mexican culture. Traditional music includes mariachi, banda, norteño, ranchero, and corridos. On an everyday basis, most Mexicans listen to music such as pop and rock in both English and Spanish. Mesoamerican architecture is mostly noted for the pyramids, which are the largest such structures outside of ancient Egypt. Spanish colonial architecture is marked by the contrast between simple, solid construction and barque ornamentation exported from Spain. Mexico, as the center of New Spain, has some of the most renowned buildings built in this style. Mexican cuisine is known for its intense and varied flavors, colorful decoration, and variety of spices. Most of today's Mexican food is based on pre-Columbian traditions, including the Aztecs and Maya, combined with culinary trends introduced by Spanish colonists. Famous Mexican dishes include barbacoa, pozole, menudo, tamales, and carnitas. England is highly industrialized, but since the 1970s, there has been a decline in traditional manufacturing industries and an increase in more service-oriented economy. Tourism has become a significant industry, attracting millions of visitors to England each year. The export part of the economy is dominated by pharmaceuticals, automobiles. Although many English marques are now foreign-owned, such as Rolls-Royce, Lotus, Jaguar, and Bentley, agriculture is intensive and highly mechanized, producing 60% of the food with only 2% of the labor force. In the early days of the county of Wiltshire, the people that inhabited the area were known as moonrakers. There's a legend of these people saying that back in the day, they were forced to hide things like brandy and other contraband from smugglers because at the time smuggling was a significant industry in rural England. So the moonrakers took to using their natural ponds and other places to hide their products. They got the name moonrakers because when the moon was out, they would go and rake their products out of the ponds. Mexico is one of the 18 megadiverse countries of the world, with over 200,000 different species. Mexico is home of 10 to 12% of the world's biodiversity. The Tropic of Cancer divides the country into temperate and tropical zones. Land north of the 24th parallel usually has cooler temperatures during its winter months. South of the 24th parallel, temperatures are fairly constant year-round, and vary slowly as a function of elevation. This gives Mexico one of the world's most diverse weather systems. Mexico is the 23rd highest tourism spender in the world, and the highest in Latin America. The vast majority of tourists come to Mexico from the United States and Canada. Mexico City is most popular with tourists as an ancient Mesoamerican city and the site of many popular tourist attractions such as the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. England has a highly industrialized economy and a well-based, established trade infrastructure. Ever since colonialization started, trade has become the most prominent factor of England's economy. The legacy has been continued into the New World as well. With strong trading relations with other Western countries, England as an industry produces machine tools, electric power equipment, automation equipment, railroad equipment, ships, aircraft, motor vehicles and parts, electronics and communication equipment, metals, chemicals, coal, petroleum, paper products, processed food, and textiles. England's most common exported commodities are manufactured goods, fuels, chemicals, food, beverages, and tobacco. England's main export partners are the United States and Germany, where its main imports are mainly manufactured goods, machinery, and fuels. In Mexico, most of the domestic passenger transport needs are served by an extensive bus network. The electronics industry of Mexico has grown enormously within the last decade. In 2007, Mexico surpassed South Korea as the second largest manufacturer of television. And in 2008, Mexico surpassed China, South Korea, and Taiwan to become the largest producer of smartphones in the world. There are almost 500,000 students enrolled in electronics engineering programs, with an additional 90,000 students graduating from electronics engineering and technical programs each year, and Mexico had 580,000 certified IT professionals employed in 2007. Mexico is a country with a varied weather system, and one of its main attractions is also tourism, for sites like the beaches because it's coasted by both the Pacific and the Atlantic. But another major part of tourism are the many ancient cities like Teotihuacan. England is a country made up of hilly land and famous Gothic architecture. One of England's main attractions are tourism. Tourists travel to see things like beautiful castles and things like the mysterious Stonehenge. I related two of the most mysterious locations in the world and found out they're actually quite similar. The Mexican city of Teotihuacan has pyramids that are unexplained, and Stonehenge is a mystery in itself. The locations might be different, but the two places, England and Mexico, have many like qualities. They're both famous for their cuisines and how they make money. Stonehenge in Wiltshire and the Great Pyramids of Teotihuacan are very relatable, and I am happy that this project made me realize it.